You've been there. You spend hours meticulously typing data into your 3D model, only to export the file and realize that crucial information vanished. When this happens, the data itself isn't broken, it's just trapped, and the culprit is almost always using the wrong type of parameter to store it. Think of a parameter as a simple digital container. It holds a specific piece of information about an object in your building, like the height of a door, the manufacturer of a pump, or the fire rating of a wall. But inside Revit, these containers come in 3 distinct varieties. Each follows a strict set of rules dictating exactly how its data is allowed to behave. Understanding these 3 types allows you to control where your information is allowed to travel and who has the permission to change it. Let's start with the first type, the project parameter. Imagine writing a reminder on a bright yellow sticky note and slapping it onto your desk. That note is highly visible to you, but it is completely hidden from anyone working in another building. Project parameters work exactly the same way. The data you put inside them lives exclusively within one specific Revit project file. This is useful for your own internal housekeeping. You can easily create schedules, sort your materials, and filter elements on your screen. However, this information cannot leave your digital desk. You cannot tag these elements for other professionals, and if an engineer links your file, they won't be able to see or use that data. Because they are strictly local, project parameters help a single team track their own progress, but they remain invisible to anyone working outside of that one file. To get data to travel between different files, we use the second type, shared parameters. Project parameters are sticky notes, but shared parameters are passports. As seen here, the data's definition lives in an external text file, assigning a unique digital fingerprint. Because this verified ID acts as official identification, the data remains intact as it crosses into a completely different project file. This is how multidisciplinary projects stay coordinated. When the architect, the engineer, and the contractor all need to see the same data using different software, shared parameters act like a universal translator, ensuring the information stays readable for everyone. Unlike that sticky note on your desk, this passport allows the data to be tagged and extracted by any stakeholder who needs it. When your information needs to be shared with other professionals or moved into different software, it requires this identification to stay visible. The third and final type is the global parameter. Think of this one as a master remote control for your model. The first 2 types we looked at were mostly about storing labels and descriptions. Global parameters work differently. They actively drive your 3D geometry. This shows a one-to-many relationship. By linking a single slider, you connect it to dozens of objects. If a client wants every workstation wider, instead of modifying each desk individually, you just adjust that single slider. Every connected desk updates at the same time. You can finish in seconds what would otherwise take an afternoon of repetitive manual updates. Global parameters handle the repetitive work for you. They allow you to update the entire model with one command, keeping your dimensions consistent across every floor. To keep this straight, this matrix organizes these 3 physical analogies, the sticky note, the passport, and the master remote, into one simple framework. If you need to list room finishes just for your own team to see, you write a local note. You use a project parameter. If you need to label equipment so an engineer can read it in their own model, you need a passport. You use a shared parameter. And if you want to change the size of 50 different columns all at once, you grab the remote. You use a global parameter. Understanding where your data goes gives you total command over your model. Save the cheat sheet on screen and check the link below to download our BIM execution plan template to help keep your next project organized.